This is CBC Winnipeg News.
It's just like a scene out of a war movie.
Fires, fighting, and fear. Trapped amid an explosion of violence, tourists in Mexico told to shelter in place with flights home canceled. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Canadians remain trapped in parts of Mexico after the army killed the head of a narcotics cartel and violence erupted. Authorities say at least 73 people died in the operation surrounding the death of the drug lord known as El Mencho. El Mencho's gang members launched a wave of violence in at least a dozen states, clashing with security forces, blocking roads, and burning buildings and cars. Mexican authorities say at least 25 soldiers were killed in the operation, which was originally intended to apprehend the suspect. El Mencho was known for trafficking fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine to the United States. The U.S. says it provided intelligence support to the operation to capture the cartel leader and applauded Mexico's army for taking him down. Meantime, hundreds of Manitobans remain stuck in Mexico. Many had to stay in the airport with no food or services in the wake of widespread violence. It also includes many Winnipeggers who've been sheltering in places like Puerto Vallarta, locked down in resorts and rentals with no idea when they'll be able to leave. CBC's Gavin Axelrod is at Winnipeg's airport this evening, where flights to and from Puerto Vallarta have been canceled for a second day. So, Gavin, what's the latest from there?
Yeah, so Brittany, what we can tell you is we heard from the Winnipeg Airports Authority earlier today, and they told us that 2 flights from Puerto Vallarta that were supposed to land here were canceled. Another WestJet flight that was supposed to leave from here has also been canceled. Now, we were here yesterday at the airport when a flight that was supposed to go to Puerto Vallarta, it was rerouted and they were redirected to Cabo, and they had to land there for a few hours and they flew back. And so we talked to some of those people when they came back last night. Some people, we heard them joking around with family that they had a good trip in Mexico, even though they weren't there for very long. But for other people, there's a lot of uncertainty, some frustration, and they're just sort of monitoring things day by day because they're changing pretty quickly. And we spoke to some of those Winnipeggers as this situation continues to change. Wendy Bulow was forced to sleep in Puerto Vallarta's airport. She was on her way back from a trip Sunday when violence erupted in Mexico after its army killed a top cartel leader.
We didn't sleep very much. It was pretty rough out, and there's no food or water or anything.
After 25 hours in the airport, Bulow was able to get a hotel Monday. On the way there, she saw the aftermath of destruction caused by the cartel and clashes with federal authorities.
We saw, maybe 20 burned out vehicles, like they'd be in some shopping mall parking lot, totally incinerated. Buses, we saw some businesses that were firebombed. One business was still smoldering.
Ed Johnner took pictures of smoke and vehicles on fire. He's another Winnipegger shocked with what he's seeing.
We've been coming to Mexico for a long time, and nothing even remotely close to something like this has ever happened to us. And it's just like a scene out of a war movie.
These people were on a flight to Puerto Vallarta Sunday when they were diverted back to Winnipeg.
We got about half hour from arrival, and we diverted over to Cabo. They landed us on the tarmac and they refilled the plane and sent us back home.
I was really surprised. I've been to PV 7 times before, and I've never seen any activity of cartel.
Mexico says more than 20 members of its National Guard were killed in the attacks. Bulow's thoughts are with people who live in Mexico year-round.
I have great sympathy for the people that are living here and are dealing with this all. It's their life. We're just picking up and leaving, but this is their lives.
So like we said before, we've been keeping in touch with a lot of people from Winnipeg and from Manitoba who are stranded in Mexico right now. And just to kind of paint you a picture of how quickly things are changing. There's one person who I've been speaking with since yesterday who's sort of been sending me photos and emails on the hour, and sometimes yesterday he was seeing smoke, then the smoke cleared, and he says when you go outside you can't really see anyone. There's not a lot of traffic out there, and some stores are opening, but it's very, very quiet there. Now, the federal government said earlier today thousands of Canadians have registered with Global Affairs Canada, and as for airlines, they're saying that they're going to keep passengers updated as need be. WestJet's also asking people to keep detailed receipts and submit requests for reimbursements if need be. Brittany.
All right, thank you. That's CBC's Gavin Axelrod. The former girlfriend of a man accused of killing 5 people testified at his murder trial today. Jamie Felix's ex got emotional on the stand as she described their relationship. Felix is accused of shooting 5 people to death inside a Winnipeg rooming house back in 2023. CBC's Bryce Hoy was in court and has the latest.
Jamie Felix's ex-girlfriend says that he told her in the days after a shooting that he killed people and that he felt like his brother and father were using him because of his military background. Jamie Felix is pleading not guilty to 5 counts of second-degree murder. He's accused of killing 5 people in a shooting at a Langside Street drug house on November 26th of 2023. Felix's ex-girlfriend testified today. Her name is under a publication ban. She says the pair had a loving relationship, that he was a goofy, playful guy, but struggled with drugs. She testified that he pawned his laptop for drugs that he did in her car more than a week before the mass killing. She says she decided to break off her relationship with him at that point. A day after the shooting, he reached out. She learned he was holed up at his grandma's house, so she met him there. Over the next few days, she says he told her his memory was blurry, but that he remembered killing people and that he had been using crack. Felix also allegedly told her that one of his brothers there that night gave him the gun and a bulletproof vest before the shooting. She says Felix felt his brother and late father there that night were using him because of his size and military background. She says he told her he was confused, disoriented, and didn't know what was going on at the time. Felix's ex-girlfriend also says that he has a condition that causes seizures and he isn't supposed to use drugs or alcohol because of a medication that he's on. The pair said goodbye to each other as his ex-girlfriend walked past jurors and exited court today. The trial's expected to last another few weeks. Bryce Hoy, CBC News, Winnipeg.
The Winnipeg Police Headquarters inquiry heard Monday from the first manager on the project. Abdul Aziz says he raised concerns about contractor Caspian Construction both before and after it got the job. CBC's Bartley Kivas reports.
Abdul Aziz is a civilian police employee whose job involves managing buildings and projects. In 2010, he was the first manager assigned to the new police headquarters project. When the city was about to choose one of 4 companies to manage the initial construction on the job, Aziz raised red flags about one of the bidders, Caspian Construction.
They didn't have the in-depth knowledge of complex projects like this, so that was a concern.
In documents presented at the inquiry, Aziz warned Caspian didn't have the experience, didn't seem to have enough staff, and initially bid much lower than the other 4 companies. Aziz told the inquiry senior city staff, including then Deputy CAO Phil Schiegel, told him to award an initial $50,000 construction management contract to a joint venture between Caspian and Ackman Construction. Ackman later quit the joint venture, and Caspian was eventually awarded a $137 million guaranteed maximum price construction contract. Turns out it was neither guaranteed nor maximum. The headquarters project ended almost $80 million over budget and was subject to 2 audits, a 5-year RCMP investigation, and 2 civil lawsuits, including one that found Schiegel accepted a bribe from Caspian's Armic Babakanians and another settled by Caspian and other defendants for up to $28 million. While Aziz was removed from the HQ project in 2011, he was still responsible for the building because that's his regular job. He told the inquiry he was eventually barred from going inside when construction was still underway.
We were told that we were not able to go into the building. We were finding too many problems.
Abdul Aziz says there's still problems here, like water leaks and an entire floor that needs to be replaced. He told the inquiry he could provide a list of current issues, but it would be a long list. Bartley Kivas, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, it was definitely a chillier weekend outside, and now the snow has started. Weather specialist Khalil Hassan Ali is in now with your forecast.
So overall, a really up and down day, Brittany. We did have a lot of blowing snow, and that's an indication of how much wind is in the picture and how much it's playing a part. Gusts up to 50 and 60 kilometers an hour. So leading up to the show, you saw some snow coming in and around Winnipeg. And as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening and through the overnight hours, it is going to be moving into the city. And we're going to be expecting about 5 centimeters of accumulation over the next little bit. And you see that's going to be playing a part as we go in towards Wednesday as well as Thursday. At the moment, we're going to be dealing with an overnight low of 11 degrees. And as we get towards the morning, it's going to be minus 13. Very, very cool heading out the door.
All right. Thanks, Hassan. Well, it might be frigid outside, but the cold isn't enough to help keep the ice frozen at one curling club. Why the season is being cut short after the break. A broken pipe has forced the closure of one of Brandon's main curling rinks. It left organizers of the Manitoba Masters Men's and Women's Curling Championship without ice to play on. But as Michelle McDougall shows you now, Brandon's curling community has swept in to help.
A burst pipe in the cooling system that makes the ice means the season is over at the Brandon Curling Club. It's forced organizers of an upcoming provincial championship to find new sheets of ice. Club president Jordy Hargraves says he knew there was a problem, but thought they could make it through.
There was no visible sign on the ice that there was an issue, and that's kind of why it was a little bit more challenging to problem solve.
One of the pipes under the 8 sheets of ice was leaking brine, a calcium chloride solution. Officials with the Keystone Center that managed the refrigeration system knew about the leak and kept topping up the solution, but couldn't keep up because of a countrywide shortage.
It was fairly clear that there wasn't any option to keep it running. Not only could it lead to some safety issues in regards to ammonia leak and things like that with the solution eventually, that alone was enough.
So Hargraves had to scramble and find space for the 16 men's teams and 6 women's teams playing in the Manitoba Masters Provincial Curling Championships. Men will play in Carberry and women at the Riverview Curling Club. General Manager Jennifer McMecken says helping out was a no-brainer.
We're actually very fortunate. We had a few holes in our opportunity within our leagues because we're coming down to the end of regular season and into playoff season. So we were able to find a few holes there that we already had existing and accommodate that. We actually have only had to do a 30-minute impact to one league.
Brandon Curling Club's upstairs meeting space will still host all the social activities for the curlers. As for the 8 empty sheets of ice, Hargraves said they now have some downtime to find a solution. Michelle McDougall, CBC News, Brandon.
A strike in the RM of Tach could affect services for thousands of people living southeast of Winnipeg. Public Works employees in the RM walked off the job this morning. They're the ones who operate solid waste management facilities and clear roads and sidewalks. And as CBC's Christopher Garreau shows you now, day one of the strike had some tense moments.
It might have been cold on the picket line, but things got heated on the first day of the RM of Tach public workers strike. RCMP were called after a man upset his path to the RM office was slowed down.
Stopped! No, then you kept driving and
then drove through the picket line. The man in the truck then grabbed union rep Trevor Uri's phone after Uri took photos of his vehicle. He eventually gave the phone back after Councillor Natasha Lapierre helped calm things down. Despite the incident, Uri says the 22 employees don't plan on leaving the picket line, hoping more people will notice the important work they do.
They keep the roads safe for everyone to be able to travel on. The sidewalks clear, clear of ice, everything. Landfill open so that people can bring, including the service contractors that pick up garbages on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Along with reduced hours at landfills, snow will only be cleared if a storm dumps at least 15 centimeters of snow. Ditching in the spring for flood mitigation won't be done, nor will road repairs except in an emergency. Water treatment will be operated by management. The length of a new contract is the stumbling block, says the union. Negotiations have been ongoing since their contract expired at the end of 2024.
The union does have an offer on the table, which is that 2-year deal that both sides have agreed to absolutely everything on. We could sign that deal today and the strike is over.
The RM wants a 3-year deal instead of 2. Tach Mayor Armand Poirier tells CBC that construction on the new $30 million Tach Community Centre in Lorette should not be impacted by the strike. The mayor and council released a statement saying they intend to continue on collective bargaining.
Strikers here say they will be on the picket line until that deal is made. Christopher Garreau, CBC News, Tach.
2 men have been charged with manslaughter after a man was found injured at home in the Munro East neighborhood. Police were called to do a well-being check at a home in the 400 block of Keenleyside Street on Saturday afternoon. They found a 20-year-old man critically injured. He later died in hospital. He's been identified as Nicholas Baer. Police arrested 2 men aged 18 and 19 about 3 hours later. Both have been charged with manslaughter and aggravated sexual assault. Dozens of Manitobans, including newcomers to Canada, polished up their resumes ahead of an annual job fair held as part of Black History Month this weekend. Job seekers showed up to network and get job hunting tips. The event has been happening for more than 2 decades. This year, it included organizations offering newcomers advice on how to search for jobs and reviewing resumes, among other services. Organizers say some people are having a tough time finding work these days, and this can help open up opportunities.
Some people just need a change, like something different that they want to do with their life. So it's important to get the community together to really see what's out there and connect and network and meet new people.
The potential employers at this year's event included representatives from government, police, and the Canadian Armed Forces. All right, let's take a look at your forecast with weather specialist Khalil Hassan-Ali.
So Brittany, overall the temperature in the minus teens and really similar to that all around the province. A little bit colder as you do go up north. So let's take a look at the temperatures. Minus 12, the high for the city of Winnipeg. As we go towards Brandon, a little bit warmer, minus 10. And even we do have up north, minus 19 up for Thompson, and even colder up towards Churchill at minus 25. It's going to be really similar to this over the next couple of days, and we'll get into that over the next little while. We do have overall some blowing snow through the picture through the first part of the afternoon, and that's going to be the case as we go through the overnight hours. It's not going to be steady snow, but there is going to be about 5 centimeters of accumulation coming into the picture, and it's going to be at different times, so not all at once for us. We do have overnight a low of minus 11, and once again, we mentioned about 5 centimeters in total of accumulation. Wind's going to be playing a factor in terms of minus 19 being the feel-like temperature, so that wind chill. As we head out the door tomorrow morning, it is going to be minus 13, cloudy, but you see the wind gusts really picking up, so it's going to feel much colder than that. So kids, bundle up if you are going to be heading out the door. Make sure you have that toque and the gloves and even a scarf. As we get towards the afternoon, maybe a sprinkle or two of snow coming down, but still going to be very gusty with the wind, and minus 12 is going to be the high for tomorrow afternoon. So overall, just bundle up and take care of yourself. Current temperatures all around the country, we're looking at, once again, minus 12 in the city of Winnipeg. We do have 8 degrees out in Vancouver, and that looks like the hot spot really for most of northern U.S. as well as for Canada. We do have minus 15 in Thunder Bay, and then out towards the Maritimes, minus 3 in Charlottetown. What's ahead for us? We do have, as we go through the rest of the afternoon and evening, some blowing snow, some passing snow for us, and then it is going to be clearing out nicely. Once we get towards late Wednesday and in towards Thursday, there could be a passing shower anytime in that frame, but once we get towards Thursday, that's when we do see hopefully a little bit of sunshine re-enter the picture. We do have strong wind gusts, as I mentioned, so 29 kilometers an hour, that's the wind, but it is going to be double that in terms of the gusts. So overall, a pretty windy day for most of us heading in towards Tuesday, and if we are going to be doing anything else outside. So we do have, once again, just a quick passing snow or two over the next couple of days, and then enjoy some sunshine.
All right, thanks, Cleo. And here's a look at Assiniboine Park as we head to break. We have much more straight ahead. Stay with us. Tuesday will be 4 years since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Nearly 2 million people have died, and Moscow's aggression shows no signs of stopping. Ian Frey's now on how Ukrainians in Manitoba are commemorating the anniversary.
They march to show Ukraine's resolve. Those who fled the war carry their country's pain.
All people just struggle in Ukraine, here in Canada as well, because we all our souls over there in Ukraine. It's horrible.
Chanting the battle cry of Ukraine, dozens walk from Brandon University to City Hall ahead of Tuesday, the 4th anniversary of Russia's invasion. Ahead of that day, another attack by Russia. The flurry of missiles and drones Sunday left one person dead, another 8 people, including a child, rescued from the rubble.
I'm afraid that we are on the stage to normalize such terrible things.
Bordana Jordan has been living in Winnipeg for 3 years.
It's hard to believe that people in Ukraine has such a horrible reality.
Sometimes I feel bad, like that I'm here and not there. I can't feel what they feel. I can feel that danger because I am in a safe place, but they are not.
Salamia Hoy saw Sunday's rally at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights as one way to help. Politicians and other supporters showed up.
It matters to me because I grew up around Ukrainians, but also it matters to me on a moral level, especially nowadays dealing with the regime in the United States that is growing increasingly close to the Kremlin.
Any end to this war appears elusive. A weekend explosion in the western Ukraine city of Lviv left 1 dead and 25 people injured. Police believe the 33-year-old suspect carried out the attack on Russia's behalf. Ian Fraze, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Despite living in an epicenter of a measles outbreak, CBC has found many people in Winkler and Morden aren't concerned. Manitoba has more confirmed cases of measles this year than any other province in Canada. And Southern Health is the region with the most. CBC's Christopher Garreau has more.
Life continues as normal for most in Winkler and Morden, despite Southern Health having the most confirmed cases of measles in Canada this year. Outside this mall in Winkler, those who knew about it mostly felt concern about the outbreak was overblown.
I think people are making a little bigger deal of it than it actually is. Yeah, if you get it, it sucks, but what can you really do, you know?
In Manitoba, 27 measles patients have been admitted to hospitals since last January, 2 in intensive care. 18 were under 10 years old. Surrounding rural municipalities of Stanley, Rhineland, Thompson, Dufferin, and Roland were listed by Manitoba's chief medical officer as having persistent high levels of transmission. But Winkler's deputy mayor, Andrew Fraze, says if you're not in healthcare, it's not a topic of conversation.
When they report of cases, I mean, sometimes we're a little bit surprised. But in general, I would say a lot of people aren't necessarily concerned.
The director of Morden's Canadian Fossil Discovery Centre started his job 2 weeks before the COVID-19 pandemic. Sharing space with Manitoba's Baseball Hall of Fame, the building was a vaccination centre during the pandemic. It recovered with record attendance last year thanks to more visitors from outside Manitoba.
Morden has been named outside at provincial, national and international more times because of the fossils and the science than because of the pandemic of measles or whatever. So we need to keep that way.
But there's a steady stream of measles patients to Boundary Trails Health Centre between the Twin Cities. It's Manitoba's most commonly listed exposure site. People are asked to call the hospital before arriving to prepare staff who can assess them in their vehicles.
Assessing the people out there, providing the mask when we do need to bring them in, just kind of safeguarding our environment for all people.
Southern Health has the lowest measles vaccination rate in Manitoba, but it wasn't always that way. In 2015, 3/4 of 7-year-olds had the vaccine, but by 2023, it dropped to just over half. Fraze says vaccines are a personal choice, but that even talking about measles might result in pushback.
That's everywhere in anything. Ask someone to wear their seatbelt and they might not want to.
Vaccines are free of charge at doctors' offices, clinics, and public health offices. Christopher Garreau, CBC News, Winkler.
As Canadians grapple with high grocery bills, researchers say interest in food prescribing is growing rapidly. It's exactly as it sounds. Doctors writing prescriptions for fresh food. Now, a new study at Dalhousie University is hoping to get blueberries prescribed. The CBC's Kayla Hounsell has more.
Jim Grove loves blueberries, and it's a good thing. He's now required to eat a cup every day for a year.
I'm up to 35 pounds now, I think, of blueberries. That's what I've eaten since the start.
How do you feel? It's 2 minutes in.
This is Grove's 3-month assessment. He's a participant in a new study at Dalhousie University.
Keep going. Almost done.
Researchers are examining whether providing personalized workouts 3 times a week and blueberries and 30 grams of protein every day will improve frailty and heart health in older people.
Here are your blueberries for the next 2 weeks, Jim.
Fantastic, thank you.
We're wondering if that's all done for a person. Does that increase the chances of them consuming and those foods and doing the workouts? And does that help to get them stronger?
If the study here at Dalhousie shows that eating blueberries every day does improve frailty and heart health, researchers hope that will bolster the argument to have doctors prescribe them. Yes, we're talking about writing prescriptions for berries. It's part of a larger trend known as food prescribing.
Not a lot of people have heard about it.
This University of Victoria professor has studied food prescribing. He says clinicians in Ontario and Alberta are already prescribing fresh food, but only in small pockets. Early results show it does decrease food insecurity, but he cautions people might still fall through the cracks.
And so would this actually exacerbate some of the health inequities that exist in the Canadian context if we're basically only providing these types of food prescription services to people who have access to primary care providers?
He also says more research is needed to determine the cost efficiency and long-term effectiveness. Grove has diabetes and arthritis.
It's tough, but it's getting better.
You can feel it getting better?
Oh yeah, I feel stronger.
If food is medicine, he says it seems to be working for him. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Halifax.
An Edmonton woman is going public about fraudulent debt that tanked her credit score. She spent 18 months trying to get her record corrected. Here's the CBC's Erica Johnson with an investigation that made a difference.
It is important to call us back.
The calls from collection agencies came daily. Accusations the 23-year-old mechanical engineer had racked up $20,000 in debt.
We know you did this. We know you do this. We're going to take your car. We're going to take your wages. And it was extremely scary.
She'd always been good with her money, responsible. But when she checked her credit score, it had suddenly tanked, thanks to fraudulent debts under her name at PC Financial, TELUS, and Shaw. She tried disputing the information with Equifax and TransUnion on repeated phone calls, filling out online forms, even by email.
The amount of paperwork and time I've spent just making reports, it's been probably weeks of my life.
Debts would be removed, then reappear as a collection agency sold the account to another agency.
It should be flagged as fraudulent debt, and it should disappear forever. It should not come back over and over and over again.
Go Public has heard from others in similar situations, calling the system broken, the lack of service outrageous, with no recourse for people adversely affected. This lawyer and consumer advocate says problems are widespread.
It is so difficult to make any forward momentum on these things that most people give up.
He says Canada's credit reporting agencies are regulated by a patchwork of provincial, territorial, and federal laws, which makes accountability weak.
If you don't have to do better, why would you do better?
He says Canadians need better protections, legislation that automatically awards damages if a credit reporting agency doesn't take appropriate steps to correct inaccurate information. After Go Public contacted Equifax and TransUnion about Lorenz Bozer's case, Equifax apologized to her and blamed a name mix-up. Both companies say they've now fixed the errors for good. Erica Johnson, CBC News, Vancouver.
Well, the Olympic closing ceremony may have come as a relief to a lot of you, just hours after that heartbreaker of a gold medal hockey game. The Olympic flame has now been extinguished in Italy to officially wrap Milano Cortina 2026. 2 cauldrons burned in Milan and Cortina since the opening ceremony on February 6th. Organizers say they became some of the most photographed symbols of the Winter Olympics. For Canadians, an Olympics that ended with that gutting hockey defeat yesterday and an overall medal count that fell short of expectations. Meantime, American ski star Lindsey Vonn says that she nearly lost her leg after crashing at the Olympics earlier this month. Vonn says after suffering a fractured tibia, she developed something called compartment syndrome.
Compartment syndrome is when you have so much trauma to one area of your body that there's too much blood and it gets stuck. And it basically crushes everything in the compartment. So all the muscle and nerves and tendons, it all kind of dies. And Dr. Tom Hackett saved my leg.
Vonn credits a Team USA surgeon for saving her leg. She was hurt in a frightening crash just seconds into a run in the alpine skiing event on February 8th. She also fractured her ankle. She was already racing on a torn ACL, an injury she suffered just days before the Olympics. Luxury or lockup? Why some Manitobans are paying to spend a night behind bars. We'll explain next. Well, for years, it housed inmates. Now, guests are checking in for a night in prison in McCreary. CBC's Chelsea Kemp visited the jailhouse to find out how a retired couple is turning a decommissioned RCMP building into a tourism destination.
Stacking dishes in her prison kitchen, Rosie Pello-Kane readies the jailhouse for its next inmate.
Yes, I never really thought that I would end up in jail at this time of my life, but I am.
The jailhouse is a decommissioned RCMP building in McCreary. Pello-Kane has transformed it into a jail-themed Airbnb. She's traded in the cement bunks for proper mattresses with pillows, a reading lamp, and charging station, but kept the black bars.
No, the idea was always to keep as much of the character as possible, so long as we can make it comfortable.
The jailhouse is part of a growing trend in experience tourism, says Cody Chomiak with Travel Manitoba. He says post-pandemic, people are looking for immersive experiences. That's helping getaways like the jailhouse grow tourism across the province.
And these unique accommodations are such a great gateway into being able to explore some of those destinations.
At the jailhouse, the past is still visible, even though they've made some changes.
We've put down new flooring and covered the drain holes. But no, we didn't find any criminal records or bullets or bodies.
But they did find a niche. Visitors are opting to spend a night in prison without the criminal record. Pello-Kane's next project is transforming the old fingerprinting and breathalyzer room into a cozy living room. Chelsea Kemp, CBC News, McCreary.
Lumi the Lynx is on the road to recovery. Months after a baby lynx arrived at a wildlife rehabilitation center with an eye injury, she developed seizures. So Wildlife Haven set out to find out what was wrong. CBC's Jura McElraith reports.
After a long journey, this orphaned lynx is back at home. Lumi was found in August with an eye injury and surrounded by dogs. As a result, staff at Wildlife Haven Rehabilitation Center knew she could not be released back into the wild. But Lumi started having seizures in October, and they didn't know why. They decided Lumi would need an MRI and neurology assessment.
To do something like that on a lynx is unique, doesn't happen every day, and in fact, can't even happen here in Manitoba. So we worked with our friends at the National Wildlife Centre and at the Ontario Veterinary College, and we transported Lumi to Ontario.
Tests in Ontario revealed the cause of Lumi's seizures, trauma-induced epilepsy. That means she also suffered an injury to her brain. National Wildlife Centre Director Sherry Cox says the diagnosis is extremely helpful.
Knowing that it isn't a brain tumor, it isn't a brain abscess, those are all things that the neurology team and the MRI together, they're putting the whole picture with her clinical history. They can then say what they think is going on with her.
Now, back in Manitoba, the Wildlife Haven team is optimistic. Zoe Nakata says the feline handled the travel well and has settled right back in.
You know, while we were away, they set it up a little bit differently, put extra enrichment, extra perches for her to climb and jump. So she's been wonderful. She's very stable and looks like a very stress-free and happy lynx.
Lumi will need to be on medication for the rest of her life to control the seizures, but now that staff know the cause of them, they can provide better care for her. Lumi eventually will be relocated from Wildlife Haven to Assiniboine Park Zoo. Jura McElraith, CBC News, Ile-des-Chênes.
All right, weather specialist Khalil Hassanali is in now with your forecast.
So really, Brittany, an up and down picture for us for the rest of the week. So let's look at what we have in store. So we do have a very gray start to the work week. We do have gray skies and even maybe some snow as we go through the rest of today and also towards Tuesday and Wednesday. But then by Thursday, Friday, it does really clear out, and we do have some pretty nice temperatures as the sun comes and pays us a visit. Going towards the weekend, it is going to be getting cold once again. There could be a switch of about 20 degrees as we get towards Thursday and Friday. I want to thank Lori-Ann for sending in a picture of our friend Fisher. He's probably enjoying himself indoors as the temperature does dip below the freezing mark, but looks like he's having a very comfortable afternoon nap. I will be taking one myself, let's say, once we do look at those temperatures, as we do look at -13 as the temperature for tomorrow, it's going to be really steady around that perfect temperature, once again, to take a nap with Fisher. And we do have a pretty steady temperature right around -13, -12, as we do have an overcast sky as well for the majority of our Tuesday if you are trying to get out and take your dog for a walk. Now, looking at the precipitation, very minimal. If any snow is going to come down, it's really going to be towards tonight and through the overnight hours. By the time we get towards tomorrow afternoon, it should just be mostly overcast. So about 5 centimeters is what we're expecting in Winnipeg as we go through the overnight hours and waking up tomorrow morning to head out the door. And let's look at that radar for us as we're going through it. We're noticing that it's going to be coming down through the overnight hours and then starting to clear itself out. We're not seeing any precipitation or snow in the forecast for us, and we're looking towards maybe Wednesday evening, maybe a snow shower or two entering the picture, but it should overall be mostly dry, just very, very cold for the next couple of days, and then we'll be seeing some sunshine once we get towards Thursday. And we're looking at frosty conditions, and we're looking at wind gusts making it feel much colder than what it actually is. So we do have winds maybe around 30 kilometers an hour, but the gusts are going to be really doubling that, and that really brings the wind chill factor into the picture for everybody once you get outside. So it is going to be also bringing some ice to our cars and letting us know that winter is still very much here. So we do have a lot of wind in the forecast, but hopefully for the most part, it should be mostly dry, not a lot of snow after we get through the overnight hours tonight, Brittany.
All right, thanks, Khalil. Don't replace it, repair it. That's the sentiment behind a new fix-it business popping up in one Winnipeg community. Twice a month, a Spence neighborhood building is transformed into a repair cafe. People are encouraged to bring in broken household items and learn how to give them a second life. CBC's Jim Agapito went to see the cafe in action.
Is it wire broken off?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to explain to me, and I said, just bring it in.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So first off, what is a repair cafe? People from the community can gather to fix things that are broken, be that appliances or clothing or bicycles. I thought it was a good way to bring people together. I thought we are a low-income neighborhood, so for a lot of people, they might not have the money to buy something new if it breaks. For me, as my role here as the environment coordinator, I want to promote a repair culture where instead of just tossing it out and getting a new one from big box store, we try and repair things and hang on to them. I knew that we had tools here that I knew we had the capacity to do it, so it seemed like an idea whose time had come.
Well, it's this air in here is supposed to circulate and spin the kernels, but it doesn't, there's no movement. That air just is not moving in there.
Volunteers and people who are helping others, can you talk about that? Ideally, it's a place for both folks that have knowledge that they want to share and folks that have things that they want to fix.
I'm mending a backpack for a community member who is, looking to keep the life of her backpack. It's really a lot of these things are so easy to do, but it's expensive and they're very expensive to replace, right? So it's nice to be able to have someone who's willing to try.
And what are you sewing?
Well, her dress is the metal in here, they poke it out, so they hurt her right here. So I try to stop the piece of plastic here won't poke to the
on the dress.
Yeah, on the dress. So I wanna pay forward. I got lots of help when I come here.
Why is something like this important for the community?
Well, it's something needed for people around here. I like to help, and they need it. They need help around this neighborhood. So if we can help, we help. I see if I have some spare time and I can help more, I will help more.
I think if folks are keen to sort of gain skills in repair and fixing stuff, I think that's great. That if we can help people feel more empowered, that's great. But on the other hand, if it's a matter of, well, I don't know how to do this, can you please help me fix this? That we're also willing to do that.
Okay, Lucille, you're telling me you came in here to get what repaired?
A toaster. Very nice toaster.
What's the problem with it right now, you were saying?
It just makes a noise, so it's like maybe a fire hazard when it makes a noise like that.
The fact that they're hopefully going to fix it, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it's going to be excellent, you know. I can't have bagels.
In the time that I've been here, this is a hoppin' busy place. How does that make you feel knowing this is being well received and well used by the community?
It feels great. Feels like community mutual aid. Feels like culture of repair. Feels like folks helping folks. Feels like all ages. Everyone's welcome. Yeah, I'm super happy with how it's turning out.
Still ahead, he was rejected by his mom, but embraced by people around the globe. The latest on a monkey in Japan that's capturing people's hearts worldwide. Next. Millions of people across the U.S. Northeast are stranded by a powerful winter storm, and it's heading straight for Atlantic Canada. It's a familiar scene for many of us in Canada. Heavy snow and high winds are reported from Maryland to Massachusetts. The U.S. National Weather Service says up to 60 centimeters of snow could blanket 5 states. The storm started yesterday and hasn't let up. Nearly 500,000 homes and businesses are without power. Poor visibility is causing thousands of flights at major airports to be canceled. Not only are officials urging people not to travel, some are enforcing it.
As we go through the overnight hours, we do have about 5 centimeters of accumulation in the forecast for us. And looking at the temperature, we're looking at minus teens. Wind's going to be pretty light, about 20 kilometers an hour, but any temperature that's in the minus teens and you get any kind of wind, it's going to feel much colder than that. So once again, about 5 centimeters of accumulation as we go through the overnight hours, much cooler towards the northern part of the province. Looking at the 5-day forecast, we do have cool temperatures for the next couple of days at least. Minus 12 as we go through tomorrow, Wednesday minus 11. But look at Thursday, just gorgeous with minus 1, sunshine, and then even minus 5 at Friday with some sunshine as well. It looks like Saturday could be quite cool. Minus 19 is what they're saying at the moment for us at that point, but hopefully that is going to be changing. And looking at that minus 27 for that overnight on Saturday night, hopefully that's going to be coming down for us, Brittany.
All right, thanks, Khalil. Okay. Move over, Moodang. A new baby is stealing hearts around the world. This little primate, who's quickly making many new friends, is our Daily Lift. Okay, this is Punch, the baby monkey. He was rejected by his mother and raised by staff at a Japanese zoo. He's had a tough time fitting in with the other monkeys. That orange stuffed orangutan he drags around, that was given to him as a surrogate mother. But there is some happy news for Punch and, of course, all of his fans. Zoo staff say he's slowly learning to make friends. His story is also drawing a flood of visitors to Ichikawa City Zoo. And he certainly has a lot of supporters online looking out for him too. I know that my social media has been flooded with videos of Punch. Happy to see that he's starting to make his new home. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.